Hey everyone, my name is Jasmine, and if you clicked on this video, thank you. This is my very first YouTube video, and basically I'm gonna be talking about everything to do with my business, my idea, my budgets, my marketing, everything step by step. This is my first business ever, and yeah, I just want to take you guys along with me on this journey because I know it can be kind of intimidating starting your own business, especially when you have no idea where to start. Very limited budget, and you kind of just want to put your ideas out there, but you don't know how people are going to take it. So I don't know, I'm kind of like, this is going to be my experiment, but I'm also going to have you guys come along with me and see how this goes. What can I change in the future? How can I make it better? And just bringing you guys along with that. So I guess first of all, I should start off with introducing myself. My name is Jasmine. I'm currently in my senior year of college right now. I'm studying media communications. That has to do with like marketing, logos, like basically anything that you need for businesses has to do with communications. So my initial idea, this was years ago, by the way, like I've been wanting to do press-on nails. Like I love nails, I love designs. Um, I know how to do a little bit here and there, like acrylic and stuff like that, but my main goal, especially during this pandemic, when I saw everybody starting to release their press-on nail business, I was like, I really want to do that. And the thing that really pushed me to do that was because the senior thesis project, I didn't really know what to do for it, so I was like, why don't I just go ahead and make my project about the process of me starting my own small business? So I went ahead and started coming up with ideas on what business specifically it could be, because I'm not just interested in nails. There's a few other businesses that I like, but for this specific project and it being my first business, I decided to go with press-on nails. And I mean, it's still something that I'm very passionate about, so I just want to go ahead and go with it because there's a lot of things that I still don't know how to do and that I can learn from the business process, but also from the nails, like design and all that. I think something that I have to very much take account for is the budget. So my budget isn't too small nor too big. I want it to be so that I'm setting my business up for success because I don't want the quality of my products to be bad, and I don't want them to I don't want to jump into it being the maximum good and everything because first of all, I don't really know how my audience is going to take that, and second of all, I just don't have the budget for that. So what I plan on doing is basically taking you guys through all the products that I already have and maybe things that I still need. Alright, so before I go over my planned budget, I'm gonna go over things that I found after doing very extensive research on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. I have been doing my research. So, your budget can be anywhere from like 100 to 500 to 1,000. It really just depends on when you buy your products, where you buy your products, and for how much you buy your products. So, for the actual nails, here are a few key items that I found that you absolutely need to start your business. So, first one being press-on nails, second one being gel polish. The reason why I say specifically gel polish is because it adheres better to the plastic that's on the press-on nails, and it doesn't chip off at least as easily as regular nail polish. So you really want to go ahead and invest in good gel nail polish because you don't want your customers complaining of having chipped nail polish on their nails, or just anything like that isn't very appealing on their nails. So that's why I don't recommend ever using regular nail polish, unless of course you specify that on your website and people are interested in that, then go for it. But I'm personally going to be using gel polish, and I think it's just the best of the two. So a third item that you're going to need is a nail tip cutter, and this is used to just make the size according to what your customer wants. They might not want it as long as it comes already. They might want it shorter. It just depends on what your customer wants for that. But it is essential to have that because without it, I don't know. It just makes it harder to cut, I think. So decals. So decals can very much vary. This is where I think most of your investment's going to be in, because there's so many different designs that you can make. But for me, I personally already have a few decals and I'm trying to use those up. I'm trying to basically use what I already have so that I'm not investing too much money on from the get-go. So yes, that can very much vary depending on what you want. Um, Next thing is brushes. I'm not even counting at this point because there's just so much stuff that you need. So brushes. This is going to be very important for some people like to do acrylic overlays on theirs. I don't think I'm personally going to be doing that just because it does take up more time and more supplies. But other than like, an acrylic nail brush, if you're doing that, you're going to want some fine tipped specifically for nail designs, because with those brushes you're really going to be able to use your items, your supplies to the best of your advantage, because that way you can do anything from like a spider web to a flower to it, basically anything that your customer wants, you're going to be able to make with those brushes. Next thing that you need is a nail stand. um, and by this, I mean like, I'll show a picture right here, but these are very much needed if you want your nails to look professional, because other than that, like I don't really know how you're going to paint the nails unless maybe you have like a mannequin hand or something, but this is going to really help you paint the nails, like on a surface or something. You paint the nails, and then that's going to help you even with packaging the nails. You simply take it and put them on your package. So I'm definitely going to be buying one, and these are actually one of the things that are like very essential, but they're pretty cost effective, so definitely consider investing in that. Now we're going to go into packaging. So for packaging, this is also something that can very much vary, because at the research, I've seen that people use, like business card kind of material. Like obviously it's bigger than a business card, but it's like about maybe this big. They use like a sheet of something, and they basically stick their lines of nails, one hand, two hand, on there. Um, and that's very cost effective. It very much depends on whether how much money you have to invest in it, and also what you want your brand to look like. So people have done that. I've even seen people, instead of use business cards, they use like a regular piece of copy paper where they print out their information, they cut it out, put it in the baggie, and then that's it. So for me, I very much think that it's important, and I've seen this in a lot of other people's businesses, that they use business cards. You definitely want to include some form of business card, because this is how people are going to promote your business. Um, this isn't the only way, but this is going to help very, very much, because what it's going to do is they can take a picture of it, post it on their Instagram, post it on whatever social media they got. They can give it to somebody word for word, recommendations. It's just very much going to help you succeed in your business. So this is why it's very, very important to take into consideration business cards, whether that's you printing it out or you ordering it. I'm personally going to be ordering it. There are companies, and I'll mention a few here, that actually give you a pretty good amount, like maybe 100 or so for like $15, and this takes away the hassle of designing every single piece for your business. They have a lot of great templates that you can choose from. Of course, you can customize the wording, the colors, and all that, but this is very much going to cut down your workload. So if you want to put in the work for, like organizing every single aspect of your business card, go ahead. But I'm going to personally be using a template for that. And they also take away the hassle of printing them out and everything. They come very nice in the box, already cut out for you. Business cards, they look great, professional, and that's what I'm going to be using. So next, I've also seen people, instead of putting them on the cards and stuff, like the like a regular, like card, and they just stick them on there. I've seen people use little boxes, like little rectangle boxes. I'll show you guys a picture right here. But I think that this is kind of what I'm gonna go for, because I just find it more appealing that way. And I also feel like these boxes are gonna like protect the nails while they're en route to their destination. So that's what I'm personally going to be using. And there's lots of really cute designs that go on those boxes, so it really just depends on what you want. So Next is baggies. Now you don't have to use baggies. You could just put your nails in the packaging mailers and then strip them off like that. But then I've seen other ones that have like these really cute little tassel baggies that they put the nails in, and then they put maybe like some filling and whatever their business card in it, and they tie it up, and then they put it in the mailers, and then they ship them off. So I think this is what I'm gonna go for just because I like the aesthetic of it. And again, it also feels like it's more protected that way. Another very, very important thing that you're going to want, and I included this in the packaging because you want to make sure that you definitely include these things in the baggie or the mailer or whatever you use, because this is what's really going to set your business apart from others. I saw people with more followers on their press on nail businesses and stuff like that, more likes and all that. They had very good packaging. So of course, you want your actual product to be great, but the packaging can also be very, aesthetically pleasing. That doesn't mean that it has to be very expensive, but it does have to be pleasing to look at. So, at least in my opinion. So, another thing that's very important is glue. You want to have individualized glues to send off with people because you have to keep in mind that these people want a full service without having to leave their home. So, glue is a very easy thing and fairly inexpensive to get. So I'm probably going to get that off of Amazon or something. But of course, I got to do my research, and I'm going to be taking you guys along with me on that. But glue is very important. Okay, next thing, mini nail files. This is very important because if you did not know, it's very good and very necessary, in my opinion, also to file down the inside of the press-on nails and then put the glue, or to put the glue tabs, which I'm about to talk about, but put that on there and then put it on the nail. And it's also good for them to, kind of buff their nails with that before putting on the nail. Why? Because this is going to last them a longer time than if they wouldn't do that. So it's very important to include that because maybe they won't do that without you kind of mentioning it or like including it in your package so that they can see that that's something that they need to do. So yes, mini nail files are great to have in your packaging. I personally already bought a whole pack for like maybe like $2 or $3, a whole pack of nail files in the regular size. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and use those first. Use those up, maybe get some feedback. Should I keep them or not? Because they are fairly inexpensive, so I don't mind doing that. So depending on my customer's feedback, I'll either include some mini nail files or just nail files in general. But nail files are a must. Going on to my next item, it's very important to include sticky glue tabs. If you don't know what they are, I'll show a picture right here. But basically, these are going to be for the people that want their nails to be on temporarily. And by temporarily, it can be anywhere from a few days to a week or so. I don't think they last anything more than like a week because, like I said, they are just like essentially like, double-sided tape. And so they just pop them on and then they're able to stick their nails on, have them for a little bit, and then they either pop off or they can take them off. So that's very important because not everybody wants to have nails on or isn't able to have their nails on for such a long time. So having that option is very convenient. And another thing that's obviously very, very important to have for packaging is your mailing envelopes. Now, your mailing envelopes has to be big enough for your items, but you don't want them to be too big that you're paying too much. So, you just got to do your research on that. And I'll include like a standard size that people use for that. Yes. So, mailing envelopes, a must. And then there's a ton of them that I've seen on Amazon, mailing stores, office supply stores, anywhere that you can find mailing envelopes, I would look into because, sometimes there are sales going on, or sometimes there are sales going on, and then there's lots of different designs. So it's really up to you what mailing envelopes you want. Next is technology. Technology is also, these are all very important things, but technology is what's really going to set you up for success. because it's very important to either have a computer, a tablet, or a phone somewhere where you can actually run your business from. And you want this to be a reliable device, reliable source, because if you can't get to your customers, then it might backtrack you a little bit. And essentially, it's just very important to have. So you definitely have a device that you can use for your business. So another very important thing that you should have access to is some form of printer, whether that's a label printer or just a regular printer. And you want to make sure that it's in color because that does better. It looks more professional that way. But you're going to want to use this printer from anything from shipping labels to instructions. I've seen companies do this where they include, and I'm going to be doing this too, but they basically include a little piece of paper or a template or something that says, here's how you put on your nails, here's how you take care of your nails. And then also maybe even a message from you about what your goals are for the business. So yeah, a printer is very much necessary. And this can be from your local library, this could be from your school maybe. I know my school offers free printing, but the only thing with that is that they don't offer color printing, which is something that I feel is very necessary. I believe they even offer it at like office supply stores, so maybe you can look into that. Personally, I have a printer, but it's kind of old, and I'm just gonna be saving up along with this business. I'm gonna be saving up money to invest in that printer. There's one that I've been kind of eyeing. It's really cute. I'll show a picture right here. But yes, this is the printer that I want to get, so I'm saving up for that. But I don't want to go ahead and just purchase it because it is a pretty big purchase, and I don't know how my business is gonna do yet. So definitely saving up for it, but I don't have it yet. And the printer that I currently have, like I said, is old. So I'm gonna try to work with it as much as I can to save a little bit of money. But in the long run, I will be purchasing a new printer. Now, scaling is going to really help you with your shipping costs because depending, of course, on how much your package weighs equals how much you're going to need to spend on shipping. So the great thing about press-on nails is that they don't really weigh that much. So it's going to be anywhere from like a few ounces to like maybe a pound or something. So it's not going to be really that much, which is another reason why I chose to do the press-on nail business first. So yes, having a scale is important. I already have one, and I will be showing you guys that later, but a scale is essential. All right, another thing that if you don't or if you can't afford a printer at the time, you could always go for a more cost-effective option, but that's still going to give you a lot of bang for your buck, and that is a label printer. Now with a label printer, specifically the kinds of models that I'm showing you right now are going to help you not only print out your labels for all your different packaging, whether that's your logo, whatever it may be, even your instructions maybe, but this is going to really help you print out your shipping labels and basically anything that you need in order to get it to the customer. So that is something that I'm going to be purchasing because I don't have one currently, and I feel like it would probably be more effective for me than having my printer do that. Alright, so moving into a few other items that aren't necessary for packaging but really helps with your business aesthetic and just how well it does, because people have found that customers really like it when you kind of give them a little something extra, a little something fun. So this can be anywhere from your filling, it can be like confetti, it could be cotton, it can pretty much be whatever you want it to be. And this is also fairly inexpensive because you can go to like a Michael's or Joann's or something and just get something that you can basically fill your little baggies with. I think I'm gonna be using some like paper confetti stuff, a color maybe that matches my aesthetic and my business brand because I want it to look very monochromatic and very uniform. So I think I am gonna be doing that because it just feels kind of like something extra that the customer would like. Now, something else that I've seen done, and this is personal, because I've not only done my research, but I've also purchased a few from here and there just to see, what can I do for my business? What should I be doing? What do customers like? And something that I personally liked in one of the packages that I received was a lollipop. And it was very cute, very simple, but it was a little treat for me. So I kind of want to give that to my customers too. So maybe including like a piece of candy or something. Um, or like a sticker for my business. I've seen a lot of other businesses do that too. Just a little something fun so that it feels personalized to that customer. All right, now going into the things that I still need for my business, starting off with the actual press-on nails. So, I work with acrylics and I have some nail tips, but I can't use those, of course, so I need to actually get the press-on nails. And after doing a lot of research, I found that these are kind of what people gravitate towards on Amazon, so I will be purchasing them from there. And I've heard lots of great things about them, so I'm not expecting them to I'm not expecting to have bad reviews, basically. Colorful gel nail polish. That is something that I really need to get into ordering soon because there's a ton of colors, as we all know, but colorful gel nail polish is what I find to really attract the customer to wanting to buy it. And of course the designs and everything, I'll show you guys a few here. But yeah, just colorful gel nail polish is what I need to get. Another thing is a nail stand. Like I said before, these are fairly inexpensive, so I'll probably get like one or two because I'm going to be the only one doing them, so I only really need two or one. But yeah, I really want, no, I guess two because you need a set of hand, right? Whatever. You just need nail stands and I need nail stands, so that's what I'm going to get. Alright, now another thing that I need is business cards. Like I mentioned before, I am going to be using a company for those just because it's a lot more convenient. Another thing are boxes. I've seen some marble ones that I'm interested in, but of course I have to do a little bit more digging and see if I can find anything more cost effective and more geared towards my brand aesthetic. And then there's another well, there are a few other things that I need, such as baggies. That's pretty self-explanatory. I need some individual glue. I need some sticky glue tabs. I need the mailing envelopes and the fun filling and then the treats. That's very much optional, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it just because I'm starting off my business kind of around the Halloween, Thanksgiving, holiday season time. So I kind of feel like that's kind of what they're expecting and that's kind of what I want to give. So I am going to definitely do that, and I also feel like it's going to give me a leg up compared to, other businesses. And then that's something else that you need to take an account is, it's not necessarily, people say it's not good to compare and whatever, and yes, that's true, but it's also very important to compare because then you know what you need to do for your business, what's working for that person, what's not working for that person. Alright, so that's it for today's video. But make sure to stay tuned for the next video because I will be going over, like I mentioned before, my own budget. And I will be showing you my purchasing process, exactly what I buy, where I buy it from, deals that I find, so that maybe it'll help you guys find a starting point. Maybe you want to look into this, maybe you want to look into that. I don't know. I just wanted to be able to help you guys make the best purchases as possible. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!